just about ready to roll. And on the mound now, Cutter Crawford. What do you look for here?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Bo Bichette, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. Swing and a miss. And the count even at 1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And down on strikes. And 1 gone. So he gets the call and picks up the strikeout looking.
Sometimes with a good hitter at the plate, he'll be the one to get the benefit of the doubt if he lays off on a close pitch like that, but just not right there. Strike zone definitely expand a little bit with 2 strikes.
Dalton Varsho, the next to hit, takes outside. And another ball. 1 out, base is empty. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first, digging for 2. The throw into second. Not in time, it's a double.
And if you're the pitcher, you can't be frustrated. You know this is going to be the toughest batter that you face tonight, and you're going to have to face him a couple of times. So you just tip your cap and hope that you can get the next guy out.
1 out, runner at second. So up next for Toronto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That one misses, and that is ball 1. That's to third. Devers tosses across to first, and Guerrero is set down. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team, and I think it...
Swing, and this one's blasted. It's got a chance. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. Back inside Fenway Park. And on the hill, Chris Bassett. And Siggy, he's a workhorse. Loves pitching deep into his starts.
Well, the hammer is in effect, and he sets it up so nicely because of the velocity on the fastball. Will elevate that and then break you off when he's ahead in the count. What I love about him, you get into the later innings of the ball game, and the velocity seems to go up.
Here's a check of the Red Sox lineup, put together by manager Alex Cora. And Singy, you have to think this lefty-heavy lineup is ready to eat in this one with a righty on the hill.
Eat it is, Boog. So many lefties just feel more confident with the righty pitching, giving them that little edge. Doesn't always play out that way in the box score, though, so we'll see what happens in this game.
Got him looking for the K. Clipped the bottom of the zone with a curve for strike 3.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
Rafael Devers at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Late with the swing there.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Cut on and miss. Curveball struck him out. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. Scoreless after 1. Game 5 of the ALCS. And the batter now, George Springer. Crawford back to work. Pitch is in there. 0-1.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Patrick Johnson calling the balls and strikes.
pretty standard zone for Johnson. Sometimes he might get a little jumpy, a little excited and expand the zone, but usually you at least feel like the pitcher on the mound is earning it, and that's important because you got to make players earn it.
Next offering way off the plate.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Next offering is downstairs. Nothing like postseason baseball. There's a buzz in the air. Every pitch seems bigger. It's truly special. Battling here as he fouls it away.
There really is a different feel to the postseason. I only got 5 games of postseason action in my playing career, but I treasured each of them.
And that's downstairs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
So digging in, Addison Barger. Hit in the air right field, and that one way back there, and that is way gone. A 2-run shot. It's 2-0. He sent the first pitch over the wall.
Must have dinner reservations because he wasn't wasting any time at the plate in that at bat. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And here is Davis Schneider. Right through there for a strike.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
And now the count is even. Ripped to short. Slings to first. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Now it's the second baseman, Ernie Clement. And first offering is fouled off. Line to left. Durant makes the grab on the run.
Wow, he looked like he was running before the ball was hit. Didn't have much time as that was a hard hit liner, but a nice job of covering a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
On the ground to the left. Fair ball. Back to the top of the lineup. Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. Led off the game with a strikeout. Up and in, 1-0. Bichette in his 7th season, 27 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2016. That pitch in for a strike, and the count 1-1. 2 runs across in the inning here in Game 5 of the ALCS. That's off the inside corner. Now 2 balls and a strike. Hit in the air, center field. Rafaela pulls that one down, and that's the 3rd out. The Jays get a pair on this homer, and it's 2-0. This is the American League Championship Series on the show. Back here at Fenway, now batting Tristan Casas.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Swinging a foul straight back. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
Masataka Yoshida in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
This hitter loves attacking the first pitch, so not giving him something to hit is a good move.
And that's in for a strike. Next pitch in the dirt. 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
On the ground to third. A dive. He's got it. Gathers and throws. And he gets him. Nicely done. Now it's Alex Bregman. Foul ball there. Bregman working through some struggles lately. Swing and a ground ball. And that one gets through into center field. And that keeps the inning going.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off. Yeah, they say baseball is a game of failure, and that's true even for longtime major leaguers. Sometimes you'll have tough stretches just like this, but he's an experienced vet. He'll probably right the ship soon.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 2 outs. And a foul ball. He stays alive. The other way. They take the force out. And that'll do it. And the Red Sox lead 1. And they're down 2-0. Back here in Boston. All set for the start of the inning. And now Dalton Varsho. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one back there. Gone. He sends it out of here. It's 3-0.
Wasn't fooled on the first pitch at all. He squared it up right away.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now grounded out his first time up. And that misses. And that's ball 1.
So you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
And fastball misses outside for a ball. And now 2-0. And that one upstairs. Crawford maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
And there's one down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Anthony Santander at the plate. That one's upstairs, ball 1.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
That one not close. And the count now 2-0.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Now 3-0.
Well, he gave up the home run earlier in this inning, not pitching as aggressively here.
Whacked out to center field. That's well struck back there. And that one's gone. That's his 4th home run of the series. And they add a run. It's 4-0. That's his 3rd straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boog. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. They thought he could blow a high fastball by him, but he was ready for it. Look at how quickly he jumped on that pitch.
1 down. Now it's the right fielder, George Springer. He reached out a walk his first time. In the air, left field, down the line, and that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Grounder might be 2. 1 at second. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 4-0 ball game. And we're back. Here at Fenway Park, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the catcher, Connor Wong, to the right side. And it's through for a hit. And the leadoff man aboard. Cedar Rafaela digs in now. And that one's a little bit low. Ball 1. That one hit the knees for a strike. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Now batting Jarren Duran. Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Mason Fukudome on the pitch here.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Left-hand hitter waits. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd inning.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you can't.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. Hauls it in on the warning track. So first and second with 2 outs. Devers now. That one is blasted. Left field towards the monster. And it's off the green monster. 1 run is in. Now a relay to the plate. Slides his hand in there. Save. And now just a 2-run deficit. And now it's going to be Tristan Casas. Hard hit. Left field. Base hit. Coming home. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single, and they trail by 1. Runner at first with 2 away. Masataka Yoshida up next for the Red Sox. 0 for 1 so far. That one misses. Ball 1.
1-0.
And that one cutting but missing down low. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Pitch in the dirt, and that's ball 3. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the...
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the bullpen. Righty reliever out of the pen, Yariel Rodriguez. Swing and a pop-up, Clement. And that's the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. We played 3. And now here is Davis Schneider. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Next offer. is down low. And the sweeper is off the plate. Swing and a miss as he was out front. Pitch misses there, and the count's full. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, that's a blue zone right there, or the cold zone on the hitting chart. Just doesn't have much success in that part of the strike zone. And a really good job of the pitcher executing. Try to go there as often as you can. The numbers are in your favor.
Next to hit, Ernie Clement. Base is empty, one away here in Game 5 of the ALCS. That one ripped. And it bangs off the monster. Throws to second. And he's out.
Got him.
Gotta love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. And first offering is fouled off. Fastball is outside. Line drive. Nice grab. Down in order go the Blue Jays. But they hold on to a 4-3 lead. And we're back. Bottom four. Now here is Wilyer Abreu. You know, Singy, they talk about Red Sox Nation, but there is something to that because the Boston Red Sox aren't just about Boston or Massachusetts. It's that whole New England area. So you're talking about Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Northern Connecticut. There's a whole segment of the country that is locked in on the Boston Red Sox pitch to pitch throughout the summer. And he grounds one back up the middle into the outfield. Base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. And now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Connor Wong. Singled and scored his first time. Runner takes off. Fouled off down the right side. Abreu gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And that one fouled off.
With two strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Snap throw, but he's saved. Just misses with that one.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Cedar Rafaela in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And ball four to aboard.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
First and second, no outs. And next for the Red Sox, Cedar Rafaela. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Sliced hard but foul. No outs, runners at first and second. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Runner around third on his way to the plate. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. It's 4-4.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and we'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
The 0-2. Ball one there.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Tied at 4. Got him looking. And that is a big first out. And stepping in for Boston, David Hamilton. Liner snagged at first.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single, all even now at 4 apiece. You're watching the American League Championship Series on the show. Game 5 of the ALCS. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Crawford back to work. There's the strike.
Well, these Blue Jays doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
Outside. Now 1-2. And that one hammered, reaching back towards the wall. And brings it in at the wall. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. He's already homered here in this one. Right through there for a strike. Varsho in his 6th season, 28 years old. And he took home the Silver Slugger last year in the American League. All tied up, and we're at the top of the 5th. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. That's a laser base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. 110 miles per hour, and man, that exit velocity, not every hitter's capable of getting that kind of jump off the bat, no matter how hard they swing.
And now Eric Swanson taking over on the mound.
Well, I gotta think he probably has a little extra in the tank facing his former team, and there's not a player in the league that doesn't get a little extra motivation when he plays against his old squad.
In the dirt. To second, and he's out.
Kind of a tough read for the base runner right there. You're usually trying to be aggressive on balls in the dirt, trying to get into scoring position. But if it doesn't get away very far, or you can't tell how far it is, most catchers are going to get to it and throw you out at the base. And right there, excellent job by the catcher. He helps out his pitcher big time.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Rafaela in position. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that to the bottom of the 5th. Halfway home. All even at 4. Back now at Fenway. John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. And set to get us started. Bottom 5. Tristan Casas.
Once you gotta live it up. Yes, my red tie with your red dress. We ain't even planning what we matching up.
There's a strike.
Well, with both starters out of this ball game, it now becomes a battle of the bullpens and just seeing which manager can match up better and who's able to get to the finish line.
Now 1-1.
1-1.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
2 strikes.
Ripped on a line. Stretches out and hauls it in. And now the DH, Masataka Yoshida. Swing and a foul out of play. Next pitch inside, and a count even 1-1. That's hard hit on the line. Reaching down, makes the catch. Here's Alex Bregman, 1 for 2. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. And downstairs. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Dives, and he can't hang on. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw to second is offline.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the...
Can't get there. Should be extra bases. Here comes Bregman, and he scores. And it's now 5-4.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. A lot of times in today's game, right fielders are able to get to a ball that stays in like that, but he hit that one pretty well. And if he hits it just a little bit different on the barrel.
Lined, and that's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and it's 6-4.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Yariel Rodriguez. Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Brendan Little.
Well, at this point in the ball game, we're talking about...
Here goes the runner. Pitching for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close. Red Sox leading it by 2. And that one sliced foul. And he hits a ground ball right side. Fires over to first. Inning over, and it could have been worse. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We're through 5. It's the Red Sox 6, the Jays 4. Top 6. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Anthony Santander. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 0-1. Fastball for a strike. The Red Sox with some bullpen action. Liam Hendricks preparing to come on if needed. Bernardino, the lefty, warming up as well. And misses inside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 1 away.
First strikeout for him in this one. That splitter is maybe the go-to pitch when he's looking for a swing and miss like that. He throws it quite a bit, and that's a good example of the effect it can have on a hitter.
In the air, left field. Brings it in. And that quickly 2 away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Barger lays off down low as he digs in for the third time. Upstairs. Red Sox by 2. Ground ball to the right side. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And that is that. No runs, no hits, no errors. Top of the order, 2 up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Red Sox 6, the Jays 4. Bottom of the 6th. And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Jarren Duran. And he drops it down the third baseline. And that's just foul. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Fastball at the letters, frozen for strike 3. So up next, David Hamilton. Now a drag bunt, third base side. Can't pick it up with the bare hand. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this. So a man at first. And here is Devers. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
They might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
Pitch misses, 2-1. Hamilton stands at first with 1 out. And that is downstairs. Full count now. Runner on the move. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. On the ground, and it goes just foul. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Ground ball left side, could be 2. On to second, they get 1. Throw to first, but he beat it. Here's the Boston cleanup hitter, Tristan Casas. Snaps it down to second. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball 2. Out to short, Bichette. They get the force. That's the third out, inning over. 1 left for the Red Sox. They're up 6-4. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Liam Hendricks.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
And now for the Jays, Davis Schneider. 0 for 2 in this one. This one in the air. Bregman nabs it. 1 down.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop up and an easy out for the defense.
Gets under and pops it up. Casas has a beat on it. Puts it away for the out. 2 down. So 2 down now, and here is Alejandro Kirk. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Check swing, and he went. No balls, 2 strikes. And that's too high. Way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Two down, nobody on. Way upstairs, and now it's 3-2. Flares it into the outfield. He's got it, and that is out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays, and the score remains 6-4. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. Close one. Doesn't get the call. And it's 1-0. Right through there for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. Well struck left field, ranging back, and it hits off the monster. And that's a leadoff double.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could.
Here comes a skipper out of the... New pitcher now for the Jays, Sir Anthony Dominguez.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep him within striking distance. It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one, that's the one. When she elevates, guys aren't touching it.
Abreu at the plate and takes high there. That one finds the zone, and a count 1-1. That's in there. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
And a foul ball. And a swing and a miss. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Brennan Bernardino. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Bo Bichette. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. Action in the pen down there. Justin Slayton, the closer, is getting loose. Next pitch is downstairs. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And there's a ball. Goes down looking.
Well, that curveball had some pretty good break to it. As you can see, the hitter just locked up a little bit. Thought it was a great pitch to hit, but sometimes you're looking for something else and you can't pull the trigger. And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
And first offering is fouled off. Way out front for strike 2.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first two batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Vladdy stands in with two away as he takes a ball. Slice to right and foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the late stages of Game 5. Next offering is outside.
Now you get to this part of the order. Yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you, if he will.
That one almost got him.
1 strike.
The Blue Jays down by a pair here in Game 5 of the ALCS. In the air out to center. Rafaela on the move. Got it. Nice grab. And that is that. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Louis Varland.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Now a screamer into the outfield. And George makes the grab. And there's one down. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Jarren Duran. There's the strike.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Trying to bunt his way on. Fires over to Guerrero. And the bunt doesn't work out. That one the other way. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. We're back. And on the mound is the closer, Justin Slate.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Santander in now. Takes ball 1 off the plate. Inside, just missed.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
That one fouled off. Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul. Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. Another homer. His 2nd home run of the game. It's 6-5. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. No, that at-bat had a lot riding on it. Certainly a pivotal swing of the bat in this ball game. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Now here is Addison Barger. And fouled off. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. And that drops in for a strike. And time called at the plate. Maybe trying to slow things down here at a crucial spot. Foul ball, still 0-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. And a breaking ball misses outside. In the dirt, and an excellent job keeping it right there. Next offering way upstairs.
This is the guy they turn to get the most important outs of the ball game, but They're going to make him work to get this save.
Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. That when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Up the middle. Oh, great stop. There's one. That's a double play. The ball game is over.
In an elimination game, you see your season quickly coming to an end. It can be a bit nerve-wracking, but they were able to settle things down, come out and play really good baseball in this one. They get the win, and the series continues. Who knows? Maybe they'll get right back in it.
So, Chris, here's a look at the final numbers from what turned out to be a really close ball game.
Yeah, this is one of those games that clearly could have gone.